All right, this was an epic series that happened just the other week, but we need to make it even more epic, which is why we will be running our challenge mode, where we have to use random handicaps every 5 minutes or less. Run the script!
Handicap selected, an imaginary co-caster.
All right, welcome back to the channel, folks. It's me, KP, joined by none other than Mitch. How's it going, Mitch? I'd say it's going pretty well, lad. I feel like we've come here for a good match. We've got Boy showing up on the other side in the pink. He's going to be playing as a Chu-Chi. Meanwhile, Kilyardi on the Japanese, looking to get frisky early on, Boyo. That's going to be a fun one. Kilyardi always known for this aggressive outlook on the game, and he will not disappoint as we have got a Japanese Dark Age Rax Rush opening. Run me through, Mick, what we're expecting to see here in terms of strategies and goals. Well, I think it's fairly regular to expect the Shushi to just be playing into the Pro Scouts. But the problem with the Pro Scouts on this map, because it's so wide and the deer is so far off, Rocky River tends to suck a little bit. You tend to lose upwards of 30% on the deer just from getting it all the way home. It's not really a desirable play. So I wonder if Boy is going to try something different, or if Boyo is just going to head on up into the Castle Age as quickly as possible to try and combat out with those standard Lancers. That'll be an interesting one to see. I mean, technically the Spearman already being there, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to go for the Pro Scout play. Probably going to have to think about stopping off for something in between, such as Spearman to defend himself, or maybe even just a few Chuk-Nu. I could make a lot of sense. The problem with going Chuk-Nu, you're going to offer up your opponent a way of just playing into a few horsemen and going towards to mount a Samurai Bannerman, which just allows you to very easily negate the effect. So I would expect Boy to look towards the Spearman answer. Just getting a bunch of those out can feel really nice. It's not the worst thing to have either. Like getting Spearman plus Lancers, probably going to feel necessary to some regard, just because of how good those mounted samurai are, if the Japanese choose to rush to Castle Age. Well, Spearman count from Kilyardi is inflating. Is there a world in which he goes for an outpost rush here? It seems unlikely. The problem here is even if you are to outpost rush to gold, it doesn't really become a necessity for Chu-Chi. Chu-Chi are just able to easily pull back, put up a meditation garden, and tax their way through their problems. So I was kind of surprised that Kilyardi even done this much for the Spurs. But it is because he wants to stop the cheeky little Pro Scouts play from coming through. They should have achieved that as well. Medigarden is going to be dropped momentarily. Kilyardi has got a little bit of way to go on his tech up. Should be just seeing a standard Curse Storehouse. Nothing too unorthodox. I mean, you don't really need to. In 1 second, you realize I need to switch over the visibility here so I can alt-tab out and put the chat back up for you guys. But why do you need a chat anymore, KP? Now that you've got the voices in your head, you don't really need the other people anymore. You know, you can just talk to me in this luxurious voice and not worry about them at all. Well, like, I mean, they kind of pay me, and the voice in my head doesn't at all. All right, so it looks like an outpost coming up now. Boyo is going to try to re-secure on the gold. This will also protect him on the tree line, so I feel pretty good about this. Has got the meditation garden coming towards the other tree line as well as the food. So he doesn't want the gold, which does suggest maybe not Pro Scouts, but then why are you re-securing the gold line? I mean, maybe he's got enough sheep to do something different. It is 17 sheep in total here. Yeah, meanwhile, his opponents are down at 14. He is also going to be playing out onto the berries quite confidently once he has the wheelbarrow techs in, as it gives him a much better, more jolliful gathering rate. Age up complete. Feudal now in effect. Let's see what Boy wants to do with this. I mean, he's got a lot of people on gold. It's definitely looking like we are going to be seeing the Pro Scouts coming out. Yeah, and we mentioned why this can be a problem, right? Like, just going into Pro Scouts, especially against a player like Kilyardi, this guy likes to just attack. You know, he really just likes to gung-ho send it to you. So you got to keep an eye out for that. The good news is, although you're going to lose a lot of food returning the deer back home, you've got a lot of options, which makes it very difficult for people to block you out. It's why Pro Scouts has still looked pretty good on this map. Use some cultural lingo. I don't know why people always want this, but sure, top of the morning to you. A wee punch upon the pun. I don't even know if that's one of them. I guess the easiest one that people kind of expect out of a guy like me is, how you doing, Tad? If you guys have not watched Father Ted, by the way, you've missed out on one of the greats. So, Kura's coming through behind. Kilyardi's going to be able to set that up nicely to get into the farms. Final sheep pull coming through. It's going to be 13, still 16 in favor Boy, though. So he's going to be happy with this outcome. I'm starting to think we might be looking at a fast castle without Pro Scouts at all, which I actually quite like here. We mentioned why it's going to be sucky to go towards it. This is going to give a much more aggressive timing. And when you think about it...
Handicap selected. Use thou and thy correctly.
Mick, you there? Mick, where is thou gone? All right, the voice has gone in my head. I hope thou have been enjoying this. It seems like thy's time with a co-caster has passed. Now, when we look at what Boy's going to do, thou has to think about the value of going straight into Lance. It's going to allow him to just start pumping out the badass heavy cavalry to try and alleviate the concern. And normally in like a rushed castle on both sides, you'd actually favor the Mountain Samurai, but the part of the problem here is going to be the tempo. Like Kilyardi is nowhere near on his tech up. He's still got a long way to go. Yeah, that is quite worried that that was maybe a little bit too slow, especially with this now being a plane to the Shaolin Monastery. So Boy, just opting to go for that fast tech into relic timing. This is pretty standard. When Thaus wants to go for a fast tech up, Thaus has to consider that the value of relics at an earlier point is substantially higher, or substantially higher rather. Because Thaus is getting at a point where it makes up a larger quantity of your economy. And that's where you can kind of justify Shaolin Monastery. It's also the fact that like when there's not many troops on the field, you don't have to worry about your monks getting beaten to death by heavy cav, because your opponent's timing should be so much slower. I kind of miss Mick, guys. I don't know. I don't think that one is that good, to be honest with you guys. Part of me wants to skip it. A lot of torch damage being done here. Oh boy. Thaus wants to keep Thaus Meditation Garden. And you must move post haste, because it's almost actually on fire at this stage. First, the Lancers is coming out, however, and Boy is looking to just plow across the field immediately. He's not going to waste time trying to defend the Medi Garden that is already just going to get torched to the most. You could run the Shaolin Monarch over here, and Lai should be worried about his power. Well, he has been divinely...
Handicap selected. Commentate in rhyme.
All right, Bald Boy's into action. We're going to have to see if Kilyardi can gain some traction as he looks to play up into the third age. You have to show the wisdom of a sage to understand how to navigate this type of build that Boy has simply milled out of extinction, because the big distinction is the lack of pro scouts that has brought this timing about. We're used to seeing just such a fast tech, but instead, this looks like a mech in the feudal age to destroy. He does get one kill, but will not look to deal with more Japanese employees. Lets the rest of them just get the tech up, but he has been able to make a bit of a shmup out of Kilyardi. He will not be able to touch the gold. And now more monks into the fold. This is a healthy comp to try and get that timing, as we just try to keep up the rhyming. Lancer count already at 4. And collectively looking to produce more. He is going to go for the dive underneath the TC. And woe to be me, that one little villager able to dodge death. Must be janked up on meth. To be ballsy enough to go out towards those berries. Even in this season of Merry, when there's this many lancers around town, it's bound to bring more than just a frown. Count looking good and relics on the way home. Kilyardi standing as tall as a gnome. His army is unimpressive. You might need to send a missive to try and negotiate with the Shushi horde, because the numbers are getting quite broad. Village on the tree line will have to pull back. Otherwise, they're going to face quite a few smacks. Now, the woodcutting is going to be important if he wants to get production up, or the game's end will be fast and abrupt. Lancer count looking strong. 7 in total. What rhymes with toe? No, seriously, what rhymes with toe? I don't think Kilyardi is going to be able to get relics. The best you can hope for is bowling with Nico Bellic. Lancers now dive onto the trees again and find 1 or 2 kills on the men. One of the Lancers will go down dead. But soon the Japanese base will be running red. The problem he's running into quite fast is that he's not really getting into that samurai blast. He's stuck on mere spears that can honestly feel like deer stuck in front of headlights because they don't individually hold much might. It's raw lancers only, nothing else needed, as the Shushi ways have always decreed. And indeed, he is greeted as he's finding more relics. Is 2 already banked? And quite frankly, the state of this game for KillerPigeon looks rank. I mean, we're 10 minutes in. His numbers look bleak. In fact, the spearman count look quite meek. He hasn't even found the goal to get veterancy. Please, timer end before I have to rhyme veterancy. What even rhymes with veterancy? Well, Clash comes in. I haven't got time to think about it. And it looks like Boy has got him in his mitts. Line spreads out and he clubs them down. There's not going to be many abound to try and hold this rope back. It's quite the smack. The villagers have to run away. They can't get the tower. Boy just seems to have more power. Lancer count looking good. Spearman's looking flippy and floppy. And a little bit sloppy. Numbers so low. I'm starting to think Boy's got him. My, oh my. The game indeed looks rotten. KillerPigeon now stuck with still just feudal spears. After this game, he's going to need quite a few beers. Boy, meanwhile, already has 3 relics. Soon to be 5. And at that point, well, you can just strive to do whatever you want. 1 relic, actually, sorry, did indeed get home. But, oi, 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 80 gold a minute will still make you feel like a gnome. He just has no power simply to roam. One of the Mad Samurais will attempt to go out. But honestly, any fight would seem like a rout.
Handicap selected. Use thou and thy correctly.
Oh, I'm skipping. We were done this one. Forward.
Handicap selected. Do not say any in-game words.
Angry men on horseback with lots of armor are plowing in to Nippon. Not enough anime in the world to save. Can we say player names? Let's say player names. KillerPigeon from the roaming horde. I mean, looking at the state of this game right now, KillerPigeon only being able to build Poke Sticks is not really providing an answer. What he really needs to do is just consider getting a little bit more chimichanga in the pocket, right? You need to sell across some of your timber to get into the coins, because without getting the upgrade in on the sticks, he's simply not going to have enough damage to resist. Guys, I actually think Boy's got this. It looks so trivial. All you have to do is employ very tall guys, which is a very Dutch thing, which is appropriate for Boy, with a lot of armor, basically medieval tanks, and then block their gold. Oh, sorry, block their coinage. Burn comes through on the black... we can't even call it that, even though that's not what it's called. On Hanzo's forgery. Movement in now towards the lumber line. The peons of KillerPigeon, I mean, they don't really have anything efficiently to do right now. And now, it's not just that. It's the badass with the bamboo sticks. They're coming through. They're butchering. They're finding the kills onto the peons. 6+ already. And that looks to be game 1 in the bag for Boy. And all it took was mass plow heavy boys.
Obsessed with trees.
But you know what? I gotta give it to KillerPigeon. He had a great appreciation for trees. The type of appreciation we should all endear about. I mean, the problem right here is he didn't have enough trees near his TC to efficiently gather. If they increase the number of trees, he'd also then increase the number of spears. Really, this game has simply been won or lost by tree density because he didn't have gold. The answer was clearly he needed more trees. Yeah, I think the key here is, like, if you do the right one, try and have longer sentences. But it's time for game number 2. Boy is leading against KillerPigeon. Let's see if he can close it out.
Handicap selected. Bias towards player 2.
Oh, man. And why wouldn't he be able to? I mean, boy, with a name like that, Kratos himself would have a tear in his eye, so proud of what he's achieved here. He looks to end the Finn 2-0, and he's going to try to do it with the Ottomans up against the Malians. KillerPigeon, I mean, what is this strategy? A man who believes wholeheartedly in aggression is playing a civ that is expected to sit in their base and cry. And who wouldn't at the power of this? It is going to be a godly Ottoman opening. The Dark Age Spearman Rush to try and block out the Ford Gold, and KillerPigeon is already nibbling at the bit for it, isn't he? Yeah, we've got houses coming in, not saving wood for racks at all, so it looks like a great position for Boy in this opening. Yeah, first Spearman already coming out. What could you do here as KillerPigeon to deal with it? I mean, you can't do anything, guys. The problem you have to consider here is the Ottomans are just gigachads of Dark Age and Feudal Age. They are not to be trifled with. They are not to be messed with. As unfortunately, I think KillerPigeon is going to learn quite quickly in the opening of this game. Yes, a movement already coming across from this first of the spears. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see an outpost follow-up. It's not entirely necessary here. I mean, the spearman of the Ottomans, and Boy himself, is just so good at this early pressure. He doesn't really need that crutch of an outpost, surely. No, he's just going to keep 4 in the wood. I mean, there is an opportunity, but more likely this is just for the housing timing. Gira loves to take advantage of Mali's feudal units. But the key is making you feel a little bit more lean on the feudal timing. Interestingly enough, KillerPigeon has not bothered to add an outpost. That's going to cost him dearly. Spearman going to be able to deal some serious damage there while you just watch it happen. However, there's a switch up coming. KillerPigeon is going to go for the 10 on the wood. That's going to give him what he needs for an outpost drop. But this is all part of Boy's masterful plan, because now this foolish Finn has committed 100 wood to defend this area. Idle time on the villagers as well. An inefficient stockpiling. He's got way too much gold now, not enough food. And the Spearman will still exist after they've burnt house. But they've still forced this inefficiency. That will lead potentially to more inefficiency because KillerPigeon will have to add in a mill just to hang around here. So this is a reactionary play. Boy has made it worth his time. Some people are going to say, well, he built a racks instead of a military school, KP. It's not good. But to those people, I'd say you're expecting Sofa anyway. So do you not want spears? And Boy has beaten KillerPigeon in game number 1. Have you? Look at this. He's even going to get more value because the trivial outpost does not protect the extra 2 houses. That's now going to be an extra 50 wood to burn down for Boy. Boy, how about man right now? Honestly, I got like the perfect... I need to put it into a sound.
Handicap selected. An imaginary co-caster.
Who are we going to be? So this time, I feel like the state of the realm is like he's kind of giving a little bit more value than he needed to because KillerPigeon wanted to be a bit greedy. He didn't choose to put the outpost in the center, so the Spearman can kind of move in and out, shake it a little bit. Yeah, but in fairness to him, he is still going to be in range, although he's able to kind of get out of range fast, which means he can min-max the health bars. Now, Boy should be looking towards a tech play soon. Doesn't have enough spearmen to go towards the imam timing, unfortunately. I mean, what can I say? You can only expect so much from a Dutchman. He's not French. You know, the French, of course, is the peak when it comes to food. Of course, there's the Canadians, but they are also a French-Canadian, I think. So the twins are kind of adopted. Okay, I don't think they're French-Canadian, actually, Pierre. No, they are definitely. You know, as you can tell by their talent, they would not have it if it was not for the baguette and the beret in their blood. And Quarry coming in as well as a twin minaret madrasa. We'll let you cook a little bit more on that fort of French heritage. Madrasa placement's going to be pretty nice here, just at the back, so you don't want to have to be at risk of raiding. You always want to try to put it behind your base. This is like why it usually feels really good to play north side spawn or west side spawn as Ottomans. Yes, it just puts you in a little bit more of a defensive position. It's like a natural Maginot Land. You don't have to worry about that until about 1942, and then it becomes a problem. Or sorry, 1949, and then it becomes a problem. But before that, you feel pretty safe. And in fairness, the realm is pretty much in the countries before that. So with the outpost up, as well as the mill coming in on the side, I assume we are going to be looking at a play into quick coup. Quick what? Quick coup. Quiku. Couscous? No, the quiku. Moo. Oh, quick cow. Oh, okay, now got it. I'm there. Yeah, quick cow would make sense. A lot of people like to play into like the free cow opener. It's a really good timing to just get that extra food pump passively into your economy that allows you to fight into the feudal age. Yes, it is a marvelous that Bossy will be coming out. They will be eating her shoes, zipping some of the wine. It's a good time. While he fantasizes about cheese and wine, we're going to be checking on what Boy is doing. It looks like he's going to be going on stone now, so we'll be seeing military schools added in soon. You never know, it could be a TC. He's playing Ottoman. They are not French. They do not have quicker producing TCs, so they need to compensate. I think it's probably going to be the military schools. Hey, we a boy couldn't train. It looks like we are going to have the stables added in as well, so Sipahi. So, what did you say? Sipahi. Sipahi. No, it's Sipahi. That's what I said. No, it is Sipahi. Hey. No, it's Sipahi. Sipahi. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Look, if you're going to be like this, can you please say I would like to buy a hamburger? I would like to buy a hamburger. No. I would like to buy a hamburger. I would like to buy a hamburger. No, hamburger. Hamburger. You got to say hamburger. That's what I'm saying. All right, we're going to move on to the healing factor. We've got the imams in now, which is going to give him a little bit of existence to keep poking, prodding, coming in now. Yes, but meanwhile on the other side, you're usually thinking about the coup. Kilyadi is not. He simply went for Bessies to eat. He's not going to actually be adding in the ranch. That's an interesting choice, actually. I mean, at this point, it's just passive income, right? He could simply cast on them inside. Like a defensive Maginot line, they would be cows that could not be touched. And they would actually be producing food. Odd choice. Ranch now coming in. I guess it was maybe just him macroing to prioritize the houses going up. That would make much sense. I mean, as the Molion, you want a million gold. You need all the doubloons. No, you cannot have a Scottish or Uzi Castel. You must have the French. For they have not been picked in this game. I say he makes a fair point. And Scottish and Australians don't exist in games, so... You know, the problem with Scottish is, like, the moment it gets mentioned, people call it an English variant, and then all Scottish people hate you. It just wouldn't sell. Looks like we have got the Spearman now marching across and just trying to keep pressure.
Do not say any in-game words.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a blob coming up with the Turks here. He's going to try and hang around in the second. He's even getting the production speed boosters in here by building into his tech buildings and layering the infrastructure around there. Looking at the state of things, he is going to be going for his Pokeboys on horseback. These are considered to be probably the most effective unit of its type in the game. I don't think there's an argument for any other anymore, actually. Other side of it, Kilyadi is just going to be getting sticks and more sticks. Like, sticks in all kinds of forms, guys. You've got sticks you can throw, sticks you can stab with, sticks you can stab and throw with. It really is the Mali... it really is the Mansa... Could we say Mansa? I mean, it really is the African way. There you go. That's going to be clipped out of context. Meanwhile, Aura Boy coming online. Turks are on the march. Yeah, and he has got that rejuvenation factor in there off the religious boys at the back. He's got the drum, bang your mum lad in there. And he is going to be blocking out a play onto sustenance for Kilyadi. It seems the people are starving a little. Also, they're not herbivores. They don't want to eat bush. They want to eat meat. And that is also another thing that can be clipped out of context. Can the challenge please roll to a new one? Oh, looks like he's trying to get the tower up and online. Spread of the lines here. Rejuvenation factor coming out across the whole Turkish army, making it look a little bit bleak right now, actually, for the Africans. But he is building up that tower behind all of this. On top of that, some of the Giga Chads on the horsebacks are tanking a lot of pokey sticks to the face. He does get them into the second line of the formation now. And Sticks will lead the way to a win. KillerPigeon pushed off of the forward food. Ay, ay, ay. What a denial. Does end up getting the tower up, but now it's going to be full burn power to bring that down. KillerPigeon just still trying to contest him, trying to buy some time, but it feels inevitable. The peasants are in danger. I mean, how do you get away from this? He's got pokey sticks up close, pokey sticks from range that get fired off of this weird contraption. He's got everything he needs. And he will extend the lead. That is now a 6 peasant advantage for Boy. Damn. Really well played in this game. This has started to look like a 2-0 potential. Easy peasy. And keep in mind the Turks, they have a lot of inflationary points off of these extra points they get into the learning lads. So far, obviously, he did opt to get into the religious factor so that he has the rejuvenation. He did pull them back home? No, he's in there. He's working really hard. One of them did get sniped out. A 4 peasant advantage? It should actually be bigger, though. He's killed 6 peasants in total. It's just, alongside that, although Boy has done marvelously well, you may be noticing there is a teensy, wincy little bit of Love Hotel idle time. That's right. The labor ward isn't working 24/7, so it's been leading to some inefficiency. Who is Boy? He's the one who came to live, not die. And so far, he's doing a bloody good job of it.
Handicap selected. Oh. Cast in 8x mode.
You guys ready? Here we go. Bulk up against KillerPigeon, just trying to amass more spearmen here to try and contest. He's looking for that deer, still trying to find a way to play out. Outpost going to be moved up for now. And remember, the aura has now been sniped. Boy no longer has healing factor in the equation. Has got mass supply coming through. Is going to be enough to try and burn through. It is indeed. Goes in once again, but the outpost isn't garrisoned this time. However, the supply, they chow down! They plow down, and they delete. More workers now dead. An expensive dive on both sides, but Boy coming out further ahead now. A 7-worker lead and keeping the numbers up. It's ram time. Ramadan out as it feels like KillerPigeon is being starved out here. It's going to be moved on to the cow. Dive comes in. Got the Janissary point as well. He's fully invested and all in. KillerPigeon, not much of an army left over. He's going to get all deleted again, but a few of them left trickling through this. The TC trying to will them down. The count is looking high, but the Rams are going to remain active here, deleting the infrastructure. Boy is going to be forced away again, but the question mark has got to be, when do you tech? It's such a great dive. He finds the damage, yet he feels this necessity to go back in again. And thou has to be considering the fact that, is this now just a bit too much? With his dictation, he has chosen not to go for the play into the 3rd age. Instead, it's going to be a renewal into the aggression. A signature move of KillerPigeon, one that Thous has to respect here. Rams will be looking to add in the damage fast. Go straight onto the outpost. There's going to be a raid in the flank, though. Good move there by KillerPigeon. Line has dictated the need to go raiding. Understandable when you're already 10 workers down on kill count. Admittedly, only 6 when it comes to production, though. Yeah, Boy. Faust has chosen to value the aggression over the economy, it would seem. Mine shall feel the wrath of one sofa. That sounds so weird when said like that. It just sounds like someone's going to catapult a sofa at you. Oh, God. Moving on to the quarry is going to deny that as well. I mean, KillerPigeon has been given a lot of time here, folks. Wait, what? Thous big boy is here. Feel thine's wrath. Great Bombard now on the way to be the biggest bombardist warrior possible. However, Thous has to be a little bit worried about the number of Sofa that are coming out. That is a way to potentially deny this. Hans Fate might actually start getting sealed by these small raids. He finally gets shivs out to deal with it, so Thous has successfully pushed away the Sofa. But still, it's idle time. It's a few worker kills. It's a shrunk lead. Harvesting of cows in mass for thou. Nice strategies coming together, though. The Great Bombard is now in.
Handicap
Straight
selected.
onto the sofa.
An imaginary co-caster.
Oh, what an incredible game this could turn into. But we're going to have to see if he is able to deny game fully. The problem here is that the so far are able to go. They are not be stopped. They are going on flank. It kind of seems like he's maybe not respecting danger. Oh, he's instead just trying to end the game, isn't he? He dives in again, denies some of the javelins. You have to remember, Boy doesn't have those Janissaries anymore, so he's not as strong against the sofa. It's quite common in life that when horse hits you in face, you tend to fall flat. As Boy is about to learn, as boys are about to meet men. Men on horseback with much strength, going to move in, able to deny a few villages, pushes them away well. It's going to continue as well. This is a lot of damage being done, actually. Boy, he just put himself on the clock. Oh, no. Mass archers, bombards on the front side, but there's no retreating away from this. It means the villages are going to be in peril, and more going down still. Boy has lost the worker lead after an insane early game. He went a bit too all in against the master of all in. I feel like this is not. This is not what you want to do. You want to try hold back, maybe raid little bit on sides, play for age up. Instead, you bombard, look bombard. And it is indeed going to be a bad sight. It goes down. He doesn't even try to block it with the arches. I feel like he can't do well there. There's simply too much so far in face. He'll get smushed. You're going to be able to play still on Cow for a little bit longer, but game is looking bleak, man. I mean, we're talking about KillerPigeon with good lead, good economy, not slowing down too soon. Boy needs a kill. And he's going to be looking for it fast with the Rams addition, but Sofa backstab gets rid of one of those straight away. Man, just great plays all around by KillerPigeon. Really showing you power of kind of plow through. Come from multiple angles, Keystone sleeping, nighty night, and now you're left with what? You're left with Ram? Ram? In 14th century Ram. This is not 21st century. Ram not good. Okay? Ram not worth lot. Back here, Ram very common. As much as gold. He's gonna still have to try and push through it now at this stage. I mean, I don't think there's a tech off option. He'd be slower to it. Boy, looking to go all in. Workers though with KillerPigeon! No, bad KillerPigeon. Not use workers in battle. Let them gather. He's gonna try to shift them back now, but the Rams are onto the primary TC, an ambitious goal with 7,000 HP, and the army has to stand by alongside it. Sipahi gonna commit into this. Sofa able to snipe through one of the Rams, and now able to contest the rest of it. Archer backline is starting to get sniped, but remember that TC fire hits pretty hard. Bad dive. Need to leave. Go back to swamps. Take up. Believe another time. This is not it, boy. It looks like it's not indeed. Sofa can be able to break this. Force retreat. Boy, with barely a semblance of an aggressive army anymore. I mean, just 8 Sipahi versus 9 Sofa. Means these archers are going to have a hell of a hard time. Wait, why are we gathering deer from enemy side? Tech! Ay, this is all going wrong. I mean, it really is, and quite fast. He's got the Sipahi wave now coming in renewed, but the Sofa are body blocking, and boy, in a bit of an A-click extravaganza is going to cost him so much here. He's just not trading efficiently. It's not good idea to have horse on horse unless you try to make baby. If you want kill, you go for back line. And he's not doing that at all. He's just stuck fully in attack mode. Really just not going for efficient trades and just giving KillerPigeon a huge upside there. No, it's going to be a turn and burn. I believe those villagers are dead. The tower is getting burnt. It's going low. They're sleeping. Hello? Anyone hear me? Not safe. Leave. Hello? Okay, those right there don't make great ancestors. Those are serfs. They don't have rights. 10 worker lead now for KillerPigeon. Re-control established. Mass cow coming through as well. Just needs to set up the ranches. And this game, it looks borderline over. I feel like at this point, Boy is not got great options. He can try for tech up and get off, or he can build mass farms, best Sipahi, and probably just get sofa plowed. I feel like if KillerPigeon trade badly, then maybe there's a way, but unless we see KillerPigeon do something stupid like dive TC with only 10 so far into Sipahi, It just kind of feels like you're now punched on ticket, no? It does feel like a death sentence heading his way.
Handicap selected. Cast in 8x mode.
But we're going to have to find out fast. 8x is back. And so is KillerPigeon on the aggression. Sapati now looking for the dive in. Just trying to force a reaction. Sofa are going to have to react to them as they dive through, but they're brute forcing it. They break him. He does it. Easy peasy win. KillerPigeon on the board. And that means we are getting a game number 3.
Handicap selected. Use thou and thy correctly.
Oh, this is crap, man. We'll reroll this. But this is interesting. No,
Handicap selected. Call the game incorrectly.
All right, you know what? This is kind of crazy. I can't even believe we got to this point. It just felt like KillerPigeon should have very clearly had game number 1 with Japan, and now game number 2. Are you kidding me? Boy, done absolutely nothing wrong. KillerPigeon is just an absolute godsend. He just understands the game on an intricate level. There wasn't maybe an overcommitment coming from Boy in the second age. There wasn't an unnecessary dive in with the Ottoman wave after wave after wave. It was just simply KillerPigeon playing the optimal game. And, you know, I can understand now why KillerPigeon said that this is a series you need to check out. Boy as well. Kind of crazy the way this played up. But now this is going to be rough. We've got an Ibid versus Byzantine game. Now, I'm seeing some people in chat about this being an F-tier matchup for Boy. Not entirely true, though. You see, because Byzantines, they actually had a not referenced weakness. Seriously, like, no one ever mentioned it. Turns out that, and you can check this with modern Greeks, ask Mister, they are not fans of camels at all. In fact, they have a weakness equivalent to Dracula and like, you know, garlic to camels. In fact, when Black Eyed Peas My Humps comes on, Mister has to leave the room. So something to keep an eye out for. We'll see what Boy can do in this game. Obviously, you want to be going for the gamble wing. Like, you literally have one game to decide it. You might as well gamble. As we know, when you're in Vegas and you're almost out of money, you take all that remaining money and you go to the roulette table and you put it all on 0 because that's going to technically be the quickest way to potentially get up to maximum value again. The other side of it, KillerPigeon obviously is going for 2 TC. That's why he's already set up a stone mining camp here and is gathering early game already. I can already see the comments from this cast. And Boy.
Handicap selected. Bias towards player 1.
Oh, I just realized we're on the wrong thing. There you go. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Look at this. Boy, the perfect macro for fast castling. And, oh no. Is it desync? No, it's a desync. Oh. Alright, actually, I'm bummed out. We couldn't do game number 3. It's a desync matchup. Outcome in the end was KillerPigeon won. But I gotta give Boy a lot of credit. That was impressive. What do you guys think of the the challenge modes, by the way? Do we make casting an AoE4 a little bit more intriguing? Let me know in the comments what you think down below. This is probably gonna be a full series upload. I find it refreshing. I think I want to like come up with additional cool things to put in there that could be compelling. Maybe even get like an AI co-cast. That would be funny. But I think we can agree it's something refreshing and different to see. GG's to players. Thank you for watching, guys. And hopefully I'll catch you all in the next chapter.